My name is Karina Duffy. I am currently calling in from Boston, Massachusetts, where I live and I work. For the past year, I've been working for Harvard School of Public Health. We have a Center for Health and Happiness where I get to help promote an interdisciplinary understanding of what makes us well, what makes us thrive, what are the conditions that allow for human beings to flourish. My job is really cool and it's been awesome because the movement influences the self-healing communities movement influences every aspect of my job, from programming, from building trust and relationships with both local and global partners. It has allowed me to be present and intentional, not only with the people around me, but with myself. So I've been with a part of the Self-Healing Communities movement since my sophomore year at the University of Notre Dame, which was in 2021. I took a course called Neuroscience Workshop that was co-taught by Kimberly Green-Reeves, Velshana Lucky, and Dr. Nancy Michael. It was the first time that I learned that I can use what I was learning in the classroom. I can use my neuroscience education to help promote community resilience, to help promote community healing. Learning about ACEs and the impact of ACEs gave me a lot more grace for my story. It gave me a lot more grace for the family and friends in my life. I've been so moved by this movement because it's shown up personally in my academic career and now in my professional career. So I was one of the first interns to becoming the Near Peace Science Coordinator. And now I work still as the coordinator in a part-time role. And I also work as the vice chair of the Self-Healing Communities Board. I've been asked by Velshana to do the introduction to our 2025 to 2027 theme, which is all about beauty and connection. I want to talk a little bit about the logo, which connects with the theme. So I'm going to start sharing my screen and I want to touch upon the logo just to say that we want everyone to see themselves as part of this work. It's a movement. We're not an organization. We want everyone to say that I belong to the Self-Healing Communities movement. I am the Self-Healing Communities movement. And when you see this logo, that you know that your nervous system is being taken care of. We have this phrase, a meta leadership movement to build resilient communities, that there is neurobiological healing that is built into whatever that you're receiving. And what does this mean, meta leadership movement? It means that every single person who's part of the movement sees themselves as a leader, sees themselves as a key contributor to pushing this work forward, seeing that they have skills, experiences, desires, dreams, gifts, talent that they can contribute to this work. A prime example is Sarah Martin from the Rackham Murphy Museum. She took the initiative to put this logo on one of the resources that they hand out, which is a tea bag, a piece of art that people can meditate on or think about, reflect with, and drink a nice warm cup of tea. That is contributing to neurobiological healing, neurobiological care. And she knew that. She said, this is contributing to the care of the nervous system. And so the Self-Healing Communities logo should be on it. She saw herself as a leader. And I think that it was just so moving to hear that from Velshana. It was so beautiful. And this ties into our theme for beauty and connections. During that class, my team came up with the idea of developing this glossary of terms because in the class, we talked about the necessity for a shared language, that when we talk about resilience, trauma, protective factors, we really all need to be on the same page with that. We decided to create a glossary of terms that both had like a common language portion, but also the neuroscience, the near peace science of this term. And it turned into, so the glossary of terms turned into the Self-Healing Communities Manual. With the manual, with the glossary of terms, I wanted to make sure that the resource was beautiful, that it wasn't just this black and white Arial font booklet that someone got or pieces of paper stapled together, that there was color, life, images, that when someone picked it up, they thought, oh, I want to read this. The reason why I wanted the first resource, now all the resources, to be beautiful is because beauty is an act of dignity. Whenever we give or receive something beautiful, we are being dignified and we're giving dignity for. These are just an example of our works, but every resource, handout, presentation that we gave, the whole team has been so amazing about making them become beautiful. When thinking about the theme for 2025, 2027, we kept learning more and more about beauty. We learned about this amazing term called neuroaesthetics, which is really, in essence, how beauty and creativity and art impact our nervous system and can help promote our well-being. So we started learning that there's this whole field, this whole science around it. The beautiful thing about beauty is that there's no one definition of it. We like to say that we are all capable of making our own definition, using our own words to describe what is beautiful. We have our own experiences of beauty. We have things that we find beautiful that someone else might not find beautiful. At its essence, beauty helps our nervous system to help heal, to be resilient. And so we want to share this. We want to lean into the science of beauty and share it out, because there are so many ways that beauty aesthetics can help promote our well-being. Aesthetics is just another word used to describe beauty. And so I have this slide up. There's a lot going on. Please don't feel like you have to read through everything, but this is just a few examples of how beauty can really impact a person's nervous system. So research has shown that making art for as little as 45 minutes can reduce stress hormones in your body. Going to the museum, say going to the Racklin. If you're local, the Racklin Murphy Museum is free. Go to the museum once a month. There's research that shows it can help to extend your life by 10 years. That when you sing or hum, it helps to activate your vagus nerve, which is part of your rest digest, your parasympathetic, your calming state of your nervous system. So just humming, say if you're getting a little bit nervous or anxious, humming a little bit can help, allowing your body to come back into a sense of balance, safety. There's so many different ways that beauty and creativity can help promote your well-being. I know for myself, when I transitioned to this new position at Harvard, there was so much change happening. I needed to really make sure that I was caring for myself. Belshana was really good about making sure that I was listening to my body, making sure that I was being thoughtful about ways that I was helping my nervous system. One of the ways that I did so was by going to the Museum of Fine Art right by my work. It's a 15-minute walk from work. I have free entrance, which was a gift. And I would go to the museum during my lunch break, walk around, visit a favorite painting. I called them my friends. I have a best friend there, which is a Van Gogh painting called The Ravine. And I would go visit my best friend at the museum and just sit there and spend time with it. And I knew I wouldn't have been as active in going to the museum if it wasn't for knowing the rich science of art, of how beauty was really helping me promote my health and maintain my health. Our second part of the theme is connection. Connection is foundational to the Self-Healing Communities movement. Our vision is to increase protective factors, which are things in a person's life that help buffer stress and promote resiliency. And we're really focused on making sure that everyone has 1 to 2 caring and consistent adults in their life. Everyone, not just children, but adults. Because at a neurobiological level, we are wired for connection. Our nervous system expects connection across the lifespan. So we really want to focus on connection as our theme, because we want to help everyone understand the importance of being a protective factor, but also having protective factors. And again, there's so much rich science to this. There's this amazing term called biobehavioral synchrony. You don't need to have that term memorized, but it pretty much means that our brains are social. We're constantly wired to connect with others. And so in different types of relationships, there are different ways that our brain and body are trying to sync up. So when friends are spending time coloring together, there's a coordination of heartbeats, heart rhythms. There's a release of brain chemicals that help with bonding. When you're in romantic relationships, there's a certain synchronization of brain waves. In caregiver child, there's the synchronized gaze, voice, touch, heart rate that's happening as well. At all these different levels, we're connecting. We're wired to connect with those around us. And this theme of beauty and connection will be helpful for us in achieving our goal of building resilience and mitigating the effects of adverse childhood experiences in our community. So we're trying to prevent ACEs and promote resiliency in all of these different tiers of engagement. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. There are so many ways that you can get engaged with the movement, but in the future, we're going to be hosting both in-person and virtual workshops so that you can learn more, so that maybe one day you can be a community educator and present on these topics to your community. It's been a gift because moving here to Boston, I didn't want to give up all the amazing work that is being done both in South Bend, but across the state of Indiana and Michigan and all these other places. And so I wanted to bring it here to Boston. And so I started presenting at our Boston Public Library and bringing this work here. That's all to say that wherever you are, wherever you're coming in from, you have the ability to say, I am a part of Self-Healing Communities, and you have the ability to bring this movement to your community. So thank you to this chance to share about beauty and connection. Just know that you are a part of this movement. And I cannot wait to see all the dreams and the ideas that you have to contribute the gift of yourself to this work.